We've cleansed our hair, and that video was J.1 if you wanted to watch the cleansing process. If you remember, we had stretched the hair to keep it flat near the scalp and to prevent it from getting too full in this area. And we placed the ends in braids. And our conditioner was on the hair during that process, and then we rinsed the conditioner after. The reason for that is to help control the hair, because it's in its sections and it's controlled by these braids so that the hair maintains some smoothness as we're going to style, and also just to keep some added moisture in that hair. The drying process for this took about 24 hours, and it was a natural dry. No hood dryer, no blow dryer, nothing was used, just naturally let the hair dry. It could take up to 48 hours to dry depending on the humidity in the room or in the area you're working. So now we're ready to start our day one style. And we're going to do an elegant style. It's nice for evening, it's nice for everyday wear, but it's particularly nice for the evening wear. Picture it with a nice gown, maybe some hair ornamentations after. I've done one side of the hair, and I'm just going to quickly show you how to do the other side. But you'll notice it's nice, and there's no frizz along the hairline, very little, and it's very close to the scalp. And you can picture this style with a nice elegant evening gown, and it has good shape to it still. We still have some shape in the back, even though it's close to the head. So I'm going to show you how we've styled that. I'm going to start at the back section. And when you remove your braids, be very careful. The first thing I did do is I put some oil, and I used jojoba oil on the hair, just enough to make my hands shiny, and I just ran my fingers over the top sections and the braided sections. And then my hands had some oil as I removed the braids. So basically just undo your braid and try not to handle them too much as you're undoing your braiding. So once our braid is removed, we can take our elastic when we reach the top, and you want to make sure this hair is 100% dry. Remember, when hair is not, even with our regular thermal styles, when hair is not 100% dry, it can create thick frizz. So now we're just going to separate, and I'm just going to start at the back. I'm just going to separate that hair and do a twist, and it doesn't matter which way you twist. And then I'm going to, just like when we put the braid in, let that end wrap around my finger. And you can wrap it around once or twice depending on the style that you want to create. If you want it to look a little shorter, you can wrap it around twice. So I'm twisting these ones opposite ways. Get down near the end. Add a little more oil onto those ends and wrap it around the finger. So I take one vertical section and then a horizontal section. So I end up with two pieces, and then I can twist and wrap around the finger just to finish the ends a little bit. I'm pulling up just to get a little bit of volume around this section, the midsection, but don't pull up too much because you don't want to create frizz. And use a gentle touch when you're working with hair. that has curls. Too much finger movement in that hair could cause frizz. Little lift to give it slight volume, so it's still close to the head, but it has a little bit of volume. And then all we're going to do is take a bobby pin on our ends, and we're just going to do a turn. Blend it together with your section. I had a section here, so we sort of have to pull those together. So a bobby pin on there, and then fold your ends under. A little bit of balance, 50. And then we'll do our front. You can also take the elastic off first. I took it off after I removed the braid, but if you want, remove the elastic first. And again, be careful when you're removing your elastic. We don't want to disrupt that curl too much. Make sure you still have some oil on your hands. And notice along the hairline we've got a nice wave pattern there. So now we're going to separate this braid. And we're just unbraiding. So once we've got that separated, and again we can start taking a small section, divide it in half, and don't lift too much near the scalp. Twist and wrap them around your finger, wrap the curls around. So remember, this particular style is day 1. Tomorrow, or in the future, we will do another style on the same cleansed hair. So they could wear this one evening, and then change it for the next day, change the style, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to do 3 different styles on this cleansed hair. This one I always like to twist away from the face. Keep your hand below the parietal ridge. Don't lift up too high as you're doing your twists. You want to have your hands at about a 45-degree elevation. Okay, so now we're going to, remember you're going to have a part here because we worked in sections, and we just need to bring those ends back and add a little bit to the back section. A little twist. For the front, you just want to bring it back slightly, a little bit raised. You don't want it as low. You could do that if you want, but I like to raise it a little bit just to give it a little bit more movement in here. Make sure you still got your smoothness and your wave pattern in the front. And then we're just going to twist, place a bobby pin on there. And there we have an elegant style. I'm going to add one more bobby pin back here just to help this one have a buddy to stay in its place. We need to balance a little bit. So a little bit of lift, but remember, be very careful as you are balancing. I wouldn't use any hairspray on this because we want to style it a few more times before it is cleansed again. So I really don't think I would use any hairspray on her right now. She has some nice oil, some nice curls, and you can just picture her in an elegant an elegant outfit. And she kind of looks like she has an updo, doesn't she? You can place a bobby pin wherever you need just to bring it a little closer. But as you can see, rinsing with the braids in and letting it dry naturally, you end up with a very close style. It's close to her head, and yet it has some movement in the front, some style, some balance, some shape. So that's day one, elegant styling.